Question is,
that wasn't the question? Okay.
When you climb the mountains and you are together in a small group for so many days, there must, problems may occur between, the different people in the group. How do you handle that? Are there any people who will have to go back, or can you handle those problems? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We had a wonderful team, and everyone was supportive of each other because we weren't professional mountain climbers. There were a lot of people like me who just had a big dream. So that helped bond us as a team. But we had 3 people that had to be evacuated for injuries. One person had altitude sickness. What happens is you have fluid build up in your lungs or on the brain, and you can die in 1 day. So he had to go down and helicopter out. Another woman pulled a muscle in her leg. She had to go out. Another person had frostbite, frozen fingers on all 8 fingers. He had to go. So the rest of us worked as a team, but we were divided into 2 teams, really. The young people and the old ones. And the old ones walked together, and the young ones walked together. So, but everyone got along very well.
Hi, Laurie.
Hi.
I think we just all fall in love with you.
Oh.
Both men and women. So I was wondering if you have any kind of love in your life besides your father.
Well, besides my father, yes, I have a lot of love in my life. I am very fortunate. I have a wonderful family back home. I have 3 brothers that I adore, and sister-in-laws and nieces and nephews. And where I live in northern Wisconsin, I live with a wonderful man for the last 8 or 9 years, who's an artist. And he's been very supportive of my climbing, although he doesn't want to do it. So, but it was hard starting over, because when I was so afraid, I left quickly, and I didn't handle it well. I was afraid. And I needed to start over and know that I was strong. And I still have, my ex is still a friend. We're okay, but we have different lives, and mine's a happy one. So thank you for asking.
I have one more down here. I get some extra.
Stay down here.
Well, have you got a pension or something like that? Or are you trying to go to be a teacher again?
No, but I'll take your pension. See, if he gives me the sponsorship and you give me the pension, I am all set.
But really, how do you live economically?
When I left my home and my life, I sold my house. And over the last 10 years, I've been living very simply and renting a very small apartment out in the country, so it's inexpensive. And I live pretty simply. When I needed to spend money on climbs, I took the money from my savings as a teacher, and then when it ran out, I took the loan. When I'm 65 in the United States, you can get your teacher's pension, so I still have a long time to go. So now in this last year, I've begun to go and do some speaking for big companies or corporations or some schools in different places that I'm actually getting some money to speak. I still do most of them free of charge, but I'm starting to try to make it into a business. So I'm doing just fine. I don't need much.
Okay,
Chocolate though.
Is there a final question for Laurie?
No?
There's 2 final questions.
Two
Okay,
final questions.
We will have 2 final questions then.
Wonderful to hear you, Laurie. And my question to you is,
Do you have a special memorable occasion or moment from one of your climbs? Something precious, something unusual happening?
Oh, they were all memorable, but I think the most powerful climb really was Mount Elbrus in Russia, because it was so shortly after my mother's passing, and I wore a locket, a necklace that had a lock of her hair in it, and on that necklace I had my father's ring also. And I think standing up there and feeling my mom's love, because she was such a support. She would say, "You go, girl, go for it." And so for me, that was a healing process after a very sad time in my life. So I think that was probably the moment of all of the climbs that I feel the closest to.
Tom? Somebody here in the room, or maybe one of the members of the Danish Image Society would like to join you on a future climb. Is that possible? And,
Sure.
What's the cost?
Well, what I'm hoping to do is every year do a Kilimanjaro climb. At this point, we've filled the trip, but we'd certainly take one of you with us. And the price was set from the climbing company. I don't want anything to do with the money. They priced it at $6,175 plus the airfare to get to Africa. That includes the climb that takes 9 days, and then a safari afterwards where we're going to 4 different game parks, and a hot air balloon ride over the Serengeti Plains. So it will be a fabulous trip. But, you know, we could squeeze you in. But definitely every year I'd like to do that and open it up. Right now we have some people from Spain coming along. I had people from Thailand that want to come, Gibraltar, all over the world. And next year I'd really love it to be an international group, even more so than it is now, because we're all the same with our MS. So my final thing to say to all of you sitting out here, I just see so much strength and courage in each one of you, the way you're dealing with your own lives. And my MS is so stable right now, and I know that, and I'm very appreciative that it is. But the inspiration, not only to do the climbs, but to come and be in a room filled with such loving faces, comes from the stories that I hear and the people that I meet. So thank you for sharing what you have, because it helps me to be stronger. So thanks.